All righty, here we go, mate.
And now it's time for the Body Surf Podcast with Tim and Owie.
Hello and welcome to the Body Surf Podcast with your budgie boys, Tim and Owie, and we are here on day 2 of Whomp Week with some very special breaking news. Owie, do you want to announce what just went live on CNN? It took over from the Queen. This is huge.
Yeah, it was the only one to knock the Queen off the perch, and is huge news, mate. I could not believe it. I was at work. I put in a stop work order because the news was just it just shook me, and that is that the Australian Bodysurfing Classic, Timmy, is moving from Maroubra to Cronulla.
Oh wow. This is huge.
Yeah, it's wild. It's honestly wild. Listen, it's been happening for a couple of days. The sources have told us that they found out on about Friday. And, it was just trying to work out another solution somewhere in the eastern suburbs, but they couldn't. And they just decided that Cronulla was the next best option, and they went for that.
Now, it hasn't been held in Cronulla since 2019? No, 18. And then it was at Maroubra in 2019. So we're going back a few years ago where we were able to sort of have a bit of a home ground advantage. Now, the reason we got to go to Cronulla in 2018 was because Bait Bay actually won down south and brought it home for them. Who is this going to advantage on Saturday? Is it going to be a budgie boy win? Is Bait Bay going to sneak in? Or are the Hawaiians just going to know Cronulla now like the back of their hand?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Hawaiians won at Cronulla. They performed really well, actually. And I mean, they're always going to go well on those waves that don't have that big energy in them. Like I know they're big wave surfers, but they're very good small wave surfers too. And we just don't have that in our squad. And with the forecast being a northeast swell, I lived in Cronulla for a long time, Tim, and I can tell you one thing that the Shire isn't known for, and that's holding a northeast swell. It just doesn't seem to turn up. If there's any hint of north in it, it's really, really quite small. Not a lot of energy is getting in. So really, with what's predicted, Tim, if it stays north, I reckon we might get 1 to 2 foot of swell. You know, it may be very similar conditions to what it was all those years ago. You know, it was a day that on the beach itself was a beautiful day. Swell just wasn't there. So, I mean, any year we could get bigger swell than that. That was really pushing a foot, if that. So, I mean, we'll swim with what it is, and we'll pick the best bank that's available.
Yeah, it's about 7:45 here in Sydney, so that's Eastern Standard Time. And today was a cracker of a day. They predicted a bit of rain in the morning, and that never came. So if we have weather like today, it's going to be a screamer, and it does look like this weather's going to hold out, and it is going to be a really nice sunny day, which is going to be very exciting, which is what made the day so great in 2018. If we don't get swell, I know a lot of chat has been going around about what to do. You've had a few ideas, but at the end of the day, I think we'll just run it. They'll just run it as a comp on the beach somewhere. I think we've got a little bit of wiggle room there, but it's going to be somewhere between, I guess, Wanda Beach and North Cronulla. At the moment, it looks like Allura, which is pretty much smack bang in the middle of those two beaches anyway. So let's see what happens on the day. Ricky's always great at sort of making some big calls, depending on what happens. So I'm excited. it's changed our plans a lot. You had an Airbnb booked for somewhere near Maroubra, which I think has fizzled out anyway, naturally. So you're probably laughing. You saved yourself $200, but mate, this is going to be huge for people flying in who may have had plans. I'm not sure if many Queenslanders are coming, but they were probably going to be staying somewhere near Maroubra. Last time, a lot of people just stayed near the airport and flew in and flew out. So having this Cronulla option now is going to be very good for the locals, a bit difficult for those travelling.
Yeah, for sure, Tim. I mean, it's to change plans so close to the date, it's always going to impact someone. And I mean, for us, we really did try and stay in that one area. You know, it was going to be a really good time not to have to travel too much. You know, the guys have done the best they can with selecting the only break that was available, and that's down in Cronulla. You know, I would have loved to go to Tamarama. Tamarama holds a northeast swell really well. I believe Ricky did meet with the council and they just said, listen, we can't turn it around in time. I don't really see why they can't turn it around in time. Like, it seems to me like it's just going and knocking on the right doors and pushing some pens. Like, yeah, it seems a bit bad that they can kind of turn around and say, oh, well, it's been double booked with Surfing New South Wales, but we can't accommodate you anywhere else in the jurisdiction. So unlucky, guys. You know, I think it's a bit of a cop-out. I know that Ricky really wants to keep it in Maroubra because it's such a focal point, especially for the city, and it's a break that gets swell from all different types of directions. But, I mean, does this open us up now to go, listen, let's think abroad? I'd love to have one up here on the Central Coast. There's some great spots for it. This year being at Cronulla, you know, growing up in Cronulla, I don't think going back to your last question, I don't think it advantages us in any way with the swell that's forecast. I would love to surf Island Lefts, which is about the only break that gets a northeast swell. Wolfo did float the idea of sand shoes, but then again, where do you have the fin sprint? You know, it's going to have to be a grass fin sprint up the hill, which I'm not opposed to. But yeah, like, listen, with reef breaks as well, how are you going to incorporate your longest rides? It's just it has to be a beach break. I think we're going to have to go somewhere between Wanda and Allura, and we'll just pick up, the best waves that are available. For everyone else who's booked stuff in the eastern suburbs, you know, there's a bus coming down, Timmy, and you've got the times there. I'll get you to run through those in a second. But yeah, Ricky's really been trying to accommodate everyone as much as possible with this late change.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ricky's handled it very well, and he just wanted to pass on a bit of information that has been sent out, so everyone has access to this information. So just to clarify, there will be a coach going from Maroubra to Cronulla. That will be leaving Maroubra at 6:15 a.m. and that holds 57 seats only. So I'm not sure how to reserve your spot there, but I'm sure that will get pretty full, and we'll get you to Cronulla for around the sign-up time. Rego sign-ups open from 6:30, and then first event, it will be at 7:30. So things will be happening quite quickly that morning. So get down to Cronulla Beach, get your setup, get your spot, get your gazebo. I'm not sure where judges' tables are going to be, where the commentary box is going to be, but, you know, we went down to Allura Beach on the weekend and we saw a surf comp, and they had a really great setup from a quite a high advantage point. So maybe we'll be able to do something really cool like that. So the day will be finishing up at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 p.m. at Cronulla, and then we'll be heading from Cronulla back to Maroubra for the big after party. And where's the after party at again, Owie? What's the name of the brewery?
Oh, yeah, that's off the top of my head, Timmy. I actually have let April run all the admin on that. I'm just turning up. I'll just turn up there. Wolfer will be able to send it through. He knows what's going on. And it's not in Maroubra. It's in Alexandria. So,
That's right, yeah. It's in Alexandria, which is kind of closer to, what would you say, Redfern, I guess, or in a westy kind of area. So, yeah, all right, that's going to be all sorted out, and that's going to be lovely. It's called the Rocks Brewing Co. Thank you very, very much for that, Dylan Moore.
See, since you've gone off the drink, Timmy, they're like you don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I hope they have a few non-alcoholics, but
you're too sober and I'm too drunk. That's the problem.
I'm actually going to take an esky, I think. So we'll see how we go. Thanks for sending that through. Someone just laughed, lol, in a west. Alexandria is in this weird spot, yeah. Like it is on the cusp, I think, of like Newtown, but also closer to Redfern. I don't know.
I got nothing for you, Tim. I live on the Central Coast now. Everything's the inner west to me.
You lived in Sydney for 30 years, mate.
Nah, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so that's all going to be sweet. I think everyone's going to be fine. There'll probably be some people also just driving around who aren't drinking, so you'll be able to scab some lifts that way. But the big news is that the event is going to now be held in Cronulla from Wanda to Allura. So, yeah, really not a huge strip of beach there, but hopefully we'll be able to find something to surf on the day. What else should we mention, Owie? I think that's pretty much it. We can probably start talking some rubbish because that was probably a bit too formal for us.
No, Timmy. There's no rubbish here tonight, mate. We're going short and sharp and fast and quick, and we're in and we're out. What I would say is buy tickets to the live show. You can turn up, and just pay entry on the door, but it's nice to know who's coming. So please go on to the website and purchase your tickets online. $12. That's going to get you all the fancy things. Swim Finn Padman. He's doing a comedy battle with your mate, isn't he, Timmy?
Well, Alan Fang's actually pulled out. I think he got booked at the Comedy Store that night. So Finn will be opening the show, doing a bit of warm-up comedy before we come out. And then Belly Slater's our musical sidekick. And then John Cruikshank, the Redfern electrician from Redfern Electrical, will be headlining the show. This is a huge get, and I think it's going to be a very memorable night. So make sure you get to the Newtown Hotel at 6 p.m. on Friday, the night before the Australian Bodysurfing Classic. It's going to be huge, mate. I'm very excited. We've got a few things planned, a few giveaways. We're giving away the Mulga print, and we'll also be giving away a very special handboard, which I'm very excited about. So there'll be like a little raffle for everyone that buys a ticket. If you get picked from the raffle, you win a very, very nice looking handboard.
Yeah, that's it, Timmy. I'm really excited for the night, and I'm keen just to. And I know that there's been a big change in the location that we're down in Cronulla now, but even to still get everyone together, everyone's in town. Lots of different faces from all the different parts of New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, overseas. People are going to be there, Timmy, and it's going to be a nice little meet and greet to get you pumped up for the Australian Bodysurfing Classic the next day.
Yeah, and if you haven't registered to body surf in the competition on Saturday now at Cronulla Beach, you can still sign up as a wild card, and there's also a lot of spots left for the after party. So the after party is only $30, and it includes food, drink, all that sort of stuff. Like, it's a huge night, and it includes a lot. So $30 is a great deal. Also, if you participate in the Australian Bodysurfing Classic, you get a T-shirt, and this T-shirt apparently is looking very slick.
And you were a bit sus on the T-shirt, Timmy. I know, like, you've been a bit how you going on the designs before, but I think this one's going to be one to write home about.
The design looks great. I really like the design. I was worried about the colour, but I think democracy played out, and I voted about 8 times from different accounts, so we got that over the line, just like how we got Howard in the late 80s and early 90s. So
democracy.
Sometimes you got to rig elections. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think the shirt's looking great. The colour's looking great. I'm keen to get one. We've got some of our own little merch coming as well. Whoopo's got us some really nice little jumpers, some Budgie Boy jumpers, so we'll be sporting those. So if it is a bit cooler, we'll be able to put the old jumper on, the old Sloppy Joe. So that's going to be great. What are you thinking about wearing?
To the live show or to the classic?
To the classic, to the big comp on Saturday.
Should be some good weather, Timmy, from what I've seen. The wind might be a bit chilly. I'm thinking keels and some form of sports coat. That would be my combo of choice, because you got to get the rig out but keep the torso warm, because you're not in the water the whole day. You're going to spend a lot of time on the beach. So I mean, with the new jumpers, I think that we are getting for the Budgie Boys crew, that should keep us nice and toasty, Tim. So probably a Budgie Boys jumper. Definitely some keels. I don't know whether I'll swim in the keels this year, because it was a bit chilly last time I tried to do that. So I'll have the 4-3 weddy on, and then definitely a jumper. Maybe 1 or 2 towels, because once one gets wet, you can't dry it.
Yeah, I'll be taking the hooded towel. And it looks like we've got a caller on the line. Welcome to the show, Corey Sainsbury. How you doing, mate?
Hey, it looks like Dane Torres too.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. I was actually going to message you today and see when Dane gets in and see if he wanted to come on the show. This is great timing. When did he fly in?
Mate, when did you fly in? On Monday. Oh, Sunday night.
Nice. Now, have you been to 7-Eleven yet to get a few snacks?
No. I tried chicken salt today, though. I never did. Dude, that shit's so good, dude.
So they're not doing chicken salt rubs on, pork spits over in Hawaii?
No.
Oh man,
No.
you'll have to take some back. You could start importing some chicken salt.
They told me to take me to the store to get chicken salt. I'm gonna stock up on that and start selling it back in Hawaii.
Good
stuff. Yeah, chicken salt's like a full Australian thing to me. It's crazy.
Mm.
No, yeah, I never even heard of it before the chicken shop. It was good,
now,
dude.
How are you feeling about this location change for Saturday? We've changed from Maroubra to Cronulla. You've surfed both places. Do you think it's going to shape up to be a lovely day Saturday?
I mean, it's always a lovely day when you're body surfing. You know what I mean?
You.
But no, I don't know. I don't really know what swell directions the beaches break at, so I'm just kind of going in with no expectations. You know what I mean? Hoping for the best. And
Probably the best way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what about yourself, Corey? How are you? How are you traveling? What are you? How are you feeling before the Australian Bodysurfing Classic? And what do you think of the beach change?
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Turn up on the day, see what it's.
Would you? There was some suggestion of reef power, mate. That could have been an option.
Yeah, that'd be a bit difficult with the tag team setup that it is. Same with sand shoes. Like you want bloody 10-year-olds crawling across reef. Like, yeah, I don't know how that'd work.
Teach them young.
Hey, also the real question is, are you body surfing memes too?
Mate, would I stitch myself up that many times just to play on a joke? I don't think so. So, listen, there's too many videos of me getting leaked on that page, and whoever it is, they better stop, or else there's some there might be some legal action coming their way.
Is it you, Timmy? Because you assured me you knew who it was, and I was with him today, and he assured me that it wasn't him. He assured me that it was you.
Yeah, I think it's it's no longer the person I thought it was, and I think I know who it is now. But it's a bit of something sus is going on. I think there's like a double play going on here, and we're all actually in on it.
Listen, I'm not really too concerned, to be honest, because all's fair in love and war, eh?
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to keep submitting the great content.
Oh, mate, if you think the content that I've got on you's been expired, you're very wrong.
So Timmy, what are you thinking about the change? Are you a fan of the thought of sand shoes or not really?
Yeah, I think sand shoes it can be a very fun body surfing break on the right day. It is quite a forgiving reef break, and I have seen them run a few little things there. I'm not sure it's going to be compatible with that many participants. We're thinking of getting like 100 to 140 people.
Yeah.
So for a big team event, I don't think sand shoes can really accommodate for that. So I think we have to look to the beach, and I think Ricky's made the call that it's going to be somewhere around Wanda and Allura. So I'm fine with that. I'm happy it's at Cronulla. I think it's nice and local for us. It's going to be easy to get to. We know it well, but even just we can set up and do our thing and not worry about sort of getting to Maroubra too early. So it's actually going to be quite nice for us. I do think of the Queenslanders, and we've got a few in our team, but those guys, most of them I think are even driving. So there's not even an issue with flying in and flying out this year, which is great.
Yeah, and I looked at Gate 22 today. There's a bank there. It was low tide when I looked at it, and it was a bit ruffled up, but at least there's a bank there. On the high tide, it's not as good, but we'll get something, and it'll be better than sharing the water with the God knows what comps going on down at Maroubra. So we just have to adapt, which Ricky's done well.
Yeah. You got to give it to him for that. That must have been a hard day at the office, I think.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And I think the main point of the day is just bringing the community together, which we haven't been able to do in a while, and celebrating what is one of the best sports on the earth. So we're still going to get that done, and that's the main thing.
Are you going to bring all the Hawaiians to the pre-party at the Newtown Hotel on Friday night at 6 p.m.?
I'm working, so I probably won't make it. But they're all staying in King's Cross.
Yeah, right.
So it's not far. So, Dane's. I'll let Dane know he's outside having a smoke. So, but I'll let him know.
Can you
hear that the boys are all getting together and as Timmy said, well, as you said, Corey, it's just about getting the people together to have a good time, and it doesn't matter what the swell's looking like. It doesn't matter what the weather is on the day. It's just bringing the community together. And I didn't think the swell looked too bad when we had our little photo shoot there last Saturday. There was actually a pretty decent bank there. So even if it is kind of 2 foot, that's all we need. And it's exciting. Yeah,
that it is.
Can you confirm, Corey, where Rocks Brewing Co. is?
It's in Alexandria, isn't it?
Where's Alexandria, though? Because I said, inner westy, sort of Redfern-y area, and everyone's having a go at me.
I don't know. Yeah, sort of around there, I'd guess. I don't know. If you just get on the bus at 3:30, it'll take you there. Who cares where it is, but it'll take you there.
Are you going to put a few away?
100%, yeah.
All right, well, I'll get ready to drive you home. Should be a good night.
Timmy's actually driving the bus.
It's going to be like that episode of Neighbours where Toadie had a champagne at a wedding and then drove a bus off a cliff.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
I
I
got
think,
a freaking big enough bus.
yeah. I think it sits around 60 people, so should be able to fit most of yous.
Nice.
But a few of us will be driving anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyways, any final comments from either of you before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I reckon Owi's body surfing memes too.
I think this body surfing memes thing is really taking away from the actual big story of the day, which is we are moving the biggest team competition in Australia from Maroubra to Cronulla. Don't worry about these memes. It's only got 50 followers. No one cares.
Yeah, that's right, Timmy. And I mean, this is what happens when you let Riff Raff on the podcast. And I'm surprised that you can't actually delete them from well, at least from my end, you can't hang up on him, but I'm sure you probably can.
Yeah, I think I can, but I kind of don't want to. I want to see what happens.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up because it's gone 5 minutes too long anyway. As we said, it is always overhead when you're body surfing. So we'll catch you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
I love you.